Well, good morning, and welcome to Facebook Live as we slide into another campus update. And I try to share with you, to the best of my knowledge, what's going on here at the University of the Ozarks. It is Friday, May 15th. You know, as I prepare for these live broadcasts, I wonder, sometimes, okay, so who's my audience? And then as I watch the comments that come in after the live broadcast ends, I realize that the audience is fairly broad and it's fairly diverse. It's my campus community, my faculty and staff, my current students. It's also my prospective students and alumni and friends from around the country. So know that as I've prepared for today, I'm trying to be as inclusive as possible. I also know that I'm one that sometimes shares more information than everybody's comfortable with. I hope when you read the posts and you see our announcements, and I hope when you listen to these broadcasts, what I hope is that you lean in closer. And quite honestly, my hope is that you join the bench to help us achieve what we're trying to achieve. And with that, let me tell you a few things that are going on, and then we're going to talk to my graduating seniors, and then I think we're going to do a little bit of Wizard of Oz, not the musical Wicked, even though this is a perfect time to maybe play, what's the line? I may not be changed, what is it? I may not be changed for the better, but I've been changed for good, or something of that line. So anyway, let's talk about a couple things. To my current students, email. Students, you have got to open your email from the university. Now, why do I say this? Well, one, for my graduating seniors, where am I going to send things to you? Yes, we have the database and we have all of the addresses, but we also know that you're fairly mobile this time of year. So you're going to be getting a communication from the enrollment division, marketing division, that says, hey, as we think about the next 90 days, how do we reach you? Trust us. Give us information so we can find you, so we can send you stuff, so that we can check in on you. All right? Also, students, I've mentioned the CARES Act and the fact that we received a federal allocation to help you financially. It can't help everybody, but it can help about half of our U.S. students. But of the half it can help, less than half of that group is opening the information that allows you to apply for those funds. So now let's talk about definitions. The word grant means it's a gift. If you meet the conditions, it comes to you. You do not have to pay it back. It does not typically add additional conditions upon you. So if you see email that says CARES Act grant, we've already decided you're eligible. Let us help you if you need help. And if you don't, all's good. And part of it is maybe we take the fact that folks aren't applying as a great sign that our families are weathering this better than most. But maybe you're being too, I don't know, humble. Maybe you're being too self-reliant. Feel free to ask us. And if we can, we're going to. All right? Now let's talk about seniors. I think about the time this goes dark, I don't know what the right language is, about the time I shut this off, filters are going to be released in different social media venues for you to start posting, and for you to light up our social media, celebrating. I won't apologize for this weekend, but but know that the whole campus is missing out on the opportunity to celebrate with you. And that's real and it's honest, but I won't say I'm sorry because we've delivered on what we committed to you. We delivered on the education. We just don't get to throw a party. So we'll do that later, okay? That wasn't in the script, Amy Lloyd. Okay, folks, there isn't a script, and Amy Lloyd is the director of digital stuff. And maybe she complimented me too much a couple weeks ago, going, "You're getting really good at this Facebook Live thing." And I'm like, yeah, but. So anyway, seniors, light up the social media. Find a way to celebrate. Post a picture, and we'll find a way to throw a party later, whatever that looks like. Whatever that looks like. One of the toughest no's of late, one of our students, his parents met here in the 80s. They live, I don't know, let's say 6,000, 7,000 miles away. And he says, "President Dunsworth, could you please shake my hand and hand me a diploma before I hop on a plane and head back to Malaysia?" And I said no. And I said no because if I can't do that for my students from Coal Hill, and if I can't do that for my students from Clarksville High, I also can't do that with my students from Penang. So know that we're holding up tight, we're doing well, and that we invite you all to celebrate this weekend any way you can possibly celebrate. So, with that, the Wizard of Oz comment, and pulling back the curtain. Let's pull back the curtain a little bit on where we are and what we're thinking and how things are going. Many of you have read the post that we're planning to be face-to-face in the fall. We're planning to be in a traditional classroom environment, whatever traditional looks like in the fall. And then there's all the, yeah, but. Well, did you read this? And did you see that? And did you do this? And, is there such a thing as false hope? Well, I believe there's things as false hope, but this isn't false hope. This is sincere, honest commitment that we want to be open in the fall, that we want to do a lot of things. So our critical incident response team is working at things at 10, 20,000 feet. I appointed an internal task force of folks in IT and folks in housing and folks in facilities and folks in academic affairs and folks with expertise in biology to think about what are all the different questions that we need to ask, and then how do we go about answering them. What does social distancing look like in a classroom? Okay. Does that change if the class is 45 minutes? Does that change if the class is 90 minutes? Does that change if it's a night evening class? What does this look like for basic things like air conditioning and air handling? And what does it look like for food? And what does it look like for athletics? And you just keep going and going and going. What does it look like for choir and theater? And know that that's how we'll spend our summer. Know that we'll be working through all the different possible configurations. We'll be turning to the governor's task force here in Arkansas. We'll be turning to the other research components around or entities around the country, and we're going to do our very best to be open in the fall. Now, will it be exactly the same as it was before? I hope not. Now, why would I say I hope not? Well, because in each chapter of your life, whether you're somebody in their 50s or somebody in their teens or one of my recent graduates, hopefully we learn from the experiences we've had. And over the last 8, 9, 10 weeks, I think my faculty have learned a lot. I think the administration has learned a lot. I think that we're going to try to take all of those experiences and apply to it what is next. And I believe we'll be stronger. I believe we will be better because we're not afraid to try things. We're not afraid to say, hey, I'm sorry, we didn't get that one right. Hopefully we're willing to laugh at each other a little bit. Maybe not at. How about we laugh with each other? As I just showed, we're not afraid to shed a tear once in a while. Maybe not be the most comfortable doing it, but we're going to do what we need to do. And I have faith in us. I'll bet on us. Maybe the last piece of that, as we think about the task force and the different things that are going on, anybody that's worked with me knows that I do believe in the power of prayer. Prayer for us. Pray for us. Pray for Governor Hutchinson. Pray for President Trump. Pray for Congress. That we need to find our way through this and find a way to do what we need to do to ultimately be successful. I also hope that anyone out there, pray for my seniors. You know, some of them are celebrating getting jobs. Some of them are celebrating starting new jobs. That's pretty amazing. You know, I track the unemployment rates and look at the differences. And, you know, if we look at the larger picture of unemployment, we're seeing it's in the 20s. I'm heartened to see that those with a bachelor's degree are unemployment still in the single digits. So it appears there are opportunities for my seniors. But I'm betting they could use a little extra hope, a little extra love. We might not be in the best position to give them the love here, but maybe somebody on the screen is. So give them a hug from us. Wish them well, and yeah, know that this one's pretty much ready to be in the books. Finals are over. Speaking of finals, I hadn't meant to remind folks of this, but I'll do a quick one. Students, you'll see your grades on May 20th. They'll post to your portal. You have a week to tell your advisor or ask your advisor, consult your advisor on what you want to do. Do you want to take it graded? Do you want to take it pass? Do you want to do this and that? Know that pushes things back a little bit on Dean's List, President's List, all of the awards. But we want to give everybody that week to go, well, what's best for me? Again, the kinds of things we want to do when we don't do a one-size-fits-all. So, all right. Folks, what can I tell you? What are you curious about? Are there questions you have? Holly's off screen. Feel free to type them in the comments section and tell me what you want to know. Is this when typically somebody's off camera going stretch? I don't know what the right sign is, you know. The only signs I had growing up was this, which was always pick it up, move faster. So, I see with that being said, will there be a President's and Dean's List? Yes, there will. What does it look like? And I know there's conflicting information about will there be, won't there be. When we said we were going pass-fail, we said no, we won't do those honors. Now that we're doing graded, yes, there will. And then we'll work through what those options look like. You know, somebody said, well, what if somebody takes passes in 4 classes and gets 1A? Does that mean they've got a 4.0 on their President's List? I don't know. We're going to try to do our best. And if we give more recognition and more appreciation than we should, well, fault us for giving too much recognition. Will there still be an expected graduation weekend on September 4th and 5th? Folks, if I were a parent, and you all know I am, he's just finished his junior year here, I would say, you know, I don't think we should plan on inviting Grandma and Grandpa that weekend, because the state of Arkansas, I think, still going to have limits on how many people. So what it looks like, I think if we were to stick to the Labor Day weekend, I could have my graduates plus 1. I want my graduates plus 15. I love it when the whole family starts cheering. Graduates plus one, if we can only have, say, 500, 700, that might cause the commencement committee to say, let's not do it. So know that they're working on it, know they're planning, but we're also getting feedback from the task force from the state of Arkansas going, we're going to gradually get larger and larger groups. I don't know if they're going to be ready for 1,500 people groups yet. So, Lindsay, we're trying. We're going to do our very best, but maybe start thinking about what your second next choice is. I hope that's okay. Hey, Ruth typed in comments, and I'll give that shout out too. That if you need any thoughts on career placement, she gets a lot of information coming in. If you didn't have her review your resume before you left, never too late to drop your resume to her and say, hey, what are you thinking? Anything else I could do to strengthen this and make it a little bit better? For my folks that are in Clarksville or Johnson County, she also hears quite a bit about part-time jobs, summer employment, as we start to see some things ticking up and folks looking for workers. Don't be afraid to reach out to her. She'll help you if she can. Holly, anything that I've missed or anything that you think I should hit on that I haven't hit on? All right, folks. Well, take care. Be well. Be safe. Do your very best to protect the others around you, and know that know that we're looking forward to the time when we can walk the mall and tell stories and go remember when. This is definitely one for the books, and I'm definitely ready for maybe this book to end. And my fear is we still have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more chapters to go. How many more times can I layer is it a metaphor? One on top of another. I don't want this to be a Harry Potter book. Let's have a few more short chapters. Put this one behind us, and then celebrate and move forward. So take care. We're going to continue to have these. Maybe I won't do them weekly. Maybe I will, depending on your response and whether you think they're helpful. That it's our way of inviting you in and pulling back that curtain and making sure you know that we can thrive in this space, and that we're doing okay. So take care. God bless, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.